Today you watched a video explaining how to write your first body paragraph for your opinion letter. Today I'll also be sharing with you my opinion letter and showing some of the specific examples of the strategies mentioned in the video. Let's take a look. First, I begin my letter with a greeting, dear reader, and the date, May 18th, 2020. Then I begin my introduction, which you finished last week. Teachers have a lot of memories when they think about their year and the many reasons to celebrate a great school year with students. When I think about my school year, the best part of 5th grade has been my students. My students are the best part of my year because they show kindness and gratitude, they share their passions and their excitement for what they're learning, and I can also see so much academic growth over the year. These are just some of the many reasons why my students are absolutely the best part of the school year. I'm going to first look back at my introduction to make sure that it has a clear thesis. The thesis is what you want to prove to everyone. My thesis is in yellow. When I think about my school year, the best part of 5th grade has been my students. Take a look at your introduction and make sure that you have a clear thesis. What is it that you are trying to prove to us was the best part of your 5th grade year? Then I can see that I have 3 reasons. These are the 3 reasons that came from your graphic organizer. My first reason was they show kindness and gratitude. My second reason was they share their passions and their excitement for what they're learning. And my third reason was I can see so much academic growth over the year. Finally, you'll want to check to make sure that you restated your thesis in a little bit of a different way to end the paragraph. I restated my thesis by saying these are just some of the many reasons why my students are absolutely the best part of the school year. Now that I know that my introduction is ready, I can start on my first body paragraph. One tool that I'll be attaching for today's writing assignment is the Persuasive Letter Graphic Organizer. It looks like this. And to add to it, you'll double-click on the Google drawing. So if I wanted to write my thesis here, I would double-click. It opens in drawing, and then I can click and replace the text that's there with my thesis, my first fact, or my examples. Let's take a look at the one that I created for my opinion letter. Here's my thesis. I've restated again in the graphic organizer. When I think about my school year, the best part of 5th grade has been my students. Notice how it's the same color as it was in my Google Doc. That's because you can just copy and paste. This is a tool to help you get organized, but it doesn't mean you should be spending more time on your writing by using it. Copying and pasting is a great way to keep your thoughts organized in a visual way, but also keeping the amount of time that you're using on this minimal. Here's the first reason that I shared in my first body paragraph. My students show kindness and gratitude. Well, as we learned from the video earlier, I now needed to brainstorm a few reasons why I believe that my students show kindness and gratitude and give some specific examples. Here are 3 that I came up with. The growth mindset shoutouts that we do in our classroom, remembering me for Teacher Appreciation Week, and small and large things like seesaw posts or helping a friend. I'm going to check to make sure that each one of these is an example of the reason that I gave. Growth mindset shoutouts. That shows kindness and gratitude because you're thanking one another, praising each other for great jobs that you've done. Remembering me for Teacher Appreciation Week. That shows kindness and gratitude because so many of you said thank you and told me all of the great things that you've enjoyed about this year. That made me feel very good, and it was a kind act. Finally, small and large things like things that you reply to one another on Seesaw or helping a friend pick up things that they may have dropped in the hallway. These are also acts that show kindness and gratitude. Now that I know that my 3 facts match the main topic sentence for my next paragraph, I can start to write it. Let's take another look back at my letter. In this Cami, you can see that I've outlined my thesis, reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3 in the introduction. I'm going to restate my thesis as a topic sentence. Take a look and see if you can tell how they connect. The best part of 5th grade this year has definitely been my students. Okay, that was my thesis. Because They show such kindness and gratitude to their friends and to me. Great, so now I know that that worked because I told not only my thesis, but I also looked back and took the first reason I mentioned in my introduction and used it in this topic sentence. Take a look now and see how I used the 3 ideas from my graphic organizer to make one complete sentence. Listen to how it sounds as a whole. The best part of 5th grade this year has definitely been my students, because they show such kindness and gratitude to their friends and to me. In our classroom, we had growth mindset shout-outs posted in our room, and many students frequently gave positive notes to one another to compliment them on their hard work. Also, when it was Teacher Appreciation Week, many of my students and their parents sent lovely gifts virtually, sent emails with pictures or signs thanking me, and even showed me handmade cards they created at home. My students show kindness in both small and big ways by helping someone pick up dropped items, sharing silly videos to cheer someone up, or posting cards on Google Classroom, and by giving positive comments on Seesaw posts. These many reasons demonstrate that this one year in 5th grade is the best because my students are kind and gracious. All right, let's double check and make sure it has everything that it needs. I combined my thesis and my first reason from the graphic organizer into one topic sentence. The best part of 5th grade has been my students because they show kindness and gratitude to their friends and me. Then I gave 3 specific reasons: growth mindset shoutouts, Teacher Appreciation Week, and all the small and big ways that you show each other kindness and gratitude. Finally, I wrapped up this paragraph by repeating my topic sentence in a slightly new way. These many reasons demonstrate that this year in 5th grade is the best because my students are kind and gracious. Now that you've watched both of these videos, I'd like for you to try to write your own first body paragraph. You can decide to use the graphic organizer that I've attached, or you can just write out your ideas on paper or a Google Doc and get started. Don't forget that you're going to be adding your first body paragraph on the same Google Doc you submitted before, just by adding a new paragraph. I can't wait to see what you come up with, writers.